And to details, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi met on Saturday with Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli, Minister of Electricity and Renewable Energy Mohammed Shakir, and Minister of Petroleum Tariq al-Mullah. During the meeting, President al-Sisi said that the transition to sustainable energy is one of the basic elements of Egypt's Vision 2030 and reflects interest in comprehensive development. The details.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi said Saturday that the transition to sustainable energy is one of the basic elements of Egypt's Vision 2030 and reflects interest in comprehensive development. The Sisi statements came in a meeting he chaired with the Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, Minister of Electricity and Renewable Energy Mohammed Shakir, and Minister of Petroleum Tariq al-Mullah. President was briefed during the meeting on the government's efforts to implement the national strategy of green hydrogen, where the hydrogen production process and procedures for building national capabilities were reviewed. The Egyptian strategy goes directly towards becoming one of the leading countries in the low-carbon hydrogen economy in the world, which will allow the creation of more job opportunities and increase national income in the coming years. The meeting reviewed projects scheduled to be launched in the next phase of implementing the national strategy and the role that the state will play in reducing the cost of hydrogen production, as well as the targeted scenarios for reducing Egypt's imports of oil products. Presidential spokesperson Councillor Ahmed Fahmy said the government was directed to begin implementing projects that had been agreed upon and provide the necessary infrastructure for them, stressing that the transition to sustainable energy is one of the basic elements of Egypt's Vision 2030.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received a phone call from Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi, who congratulated al-Sisi over winning the presidential elections and re-elected as Egypt's president. President al-Sisi praised the Iranian president's gesture. The phone call also tackled the conditions in Gaza Strip, in addition to following up the stalled issues between the two countries. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi on Saturday sent congratulatory cables to the kings and leaders of the world countries on the occasion of Christmas. In his cable, the head of state expressed his sincere wishes to the world leaders on the occasion. The president also wished the world leaders Happy New Year and full of welfare and prosperity. The 30th International Holy Quran Competition kicked off on Saturday under the chairmanship of Minister of Endowments Muhammad Mukhtar Goma. During the opening ceremony, Goma delivered a speech on behalf of Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli in the presence of a host of ministers, officials, ambassadors of Arab and foreign countries, lawmakers, media figures, and competitors of the event. He extended his appreciation for President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi for sponsoring the International Holy Quran Competition and congratulating the president for his re-election. The 5-day contest is organized at Egypt's Islamic Culture Center under the auspices of President al-Sisi, with more than £8 million awards. The endowment minister shed light of the ministry's efforts on serving Holy Quran memorizers worldwide. He also explained that the competition aims to contribute to interpreting the meanings and teachings of the Holy Quran and serving Quran memorizers. More than 100 competitors from 64 countries participate in the competition. Egypt welcomed the establishment of an international mechanism for delivering humanitarian aid to the Gaza Strip, which is suffering tragic conditions. In a statement by the Foreign Ministry, Egypt also welcomed the appointment of a high-level UN coordinator to facilitate the entry, coordination, monitoring, and verification of aid within the Gaza Strip. The statement said Egypt considered the adoption of the Security Council resolution as an important positive step towards alleviating the severity of the humanitarian suffering affecting Palestinian civilians and the basic services system in the Strip. The statement added that, however, the UN resolution did not include a demand for an immediate ceasefire as a guarantee for providing an enabling environment for the implementation of all the provisions and the only way to stop the bloodshed in Gaza.